Hi, I am Dr. Yogesh Sharma, Assistant Professor, Ramgarhia College of Education, Phagwara. Today, our topic is SPSS for non-parametric tests. This is in line with the series SPSS for data analysis. After this presentation, you will be able to apply ChiSquare test for independence in SPSS. Compare two independent groups by using Mann-Whitney test in SPSS. Compare two independent groups by using Wilcoxon rank sum test in SPSS. You will be able to compare two related groups by using Wilcoxon signed rank test in SPSS. You will be able to compare several independent groups by using Kruskal-Wallis test in SPSS, and you will be able to apply Friedman's ANOVA in SPSS. Let us start with ChiSquare test for independence. We use ChiSquare test for independence to study if there is a statistical significant relationship between two categorical variables. However, for ChiSquare we need a relatively large sample. The expected count in each of the cells should be greater than 5. Let our research question be, are females more likely to opt for math in 10+1 than male? Or in other words, we can say that is the proportion of females that opt for mathematics in 10+1 the same as the proportion of males? Here we have two categorical variables, math opted for and gender. The data on variable math opted for is yes and no, and of course in case of gender it will be male and female. However, in SPSS this data will be in codes 01 or 12 or anything like that. Now let us open a data sheet. Here we have already opened a data sheet. There is math opted in one column and gender in another column. If we click on the variable view, we can see that here is math opted and here is gender. Just click on values and you will see that we have used 0 code for opted math and 1 code for did not opted math. Likewise, in case of gender, 0 code is for male and 1 code is for female. Now we will click on analyze. We will click on descriptive statistics, then we move to cross tabs. Click on cross tabs. There are cross tab box. Click on math opted and move it to the rows and move gender to the columns. Click on statistics. Click on ChiSquare. Also you can see here is a phi and Kramer's V. We can click it if we want to find the association between the variables. Click on continue. Then cells, observed and expected. Continue. Then click on OK. There will be output of ChiSquare. You can see in the viewer like this. Now we will study the procedure for testing significance of difference between two independent groups on a continuous variable. For this we have two non-parametric tests in SPSS, Mann-Whitney U test and Wilcoxon rank sum test. These tests can be obtained with a single procedure. However, both tests are equivalent and these tests are non-parametric equivalent of independent t-test. Let our research question is, do males and females differ in terms of their depression during COVID-19 lockdown? I repeat, do males and females differ in terms of their depression during COVID-19 lockdown? Here we have one categorical variable with two groups, that is gender, and one continuous variable, depression. Click on data view and here we can see the data of depression and gender. Here is a variable view. By clicking on variable view we can see that depression is at ordinal level and gender is categorized. It is categorized as 0 male and 1 female. Click on OK. Click on Analyze. We will go to non-parametric tests, then to the independent samples. Click on Customize Analysis. This will give us more power, more control over the tests. Click on Fields. Click on Depression, move it to the test fields, and click on Gender, move it to the groups. Now click on Settings. There are two options. Either SPSS will select a test for you, or you can customize the test for yourself. I will customize, and we will click on Mann-Whitney U test, and we will run the analysis. Here it will be the output. This is the output, and it can be double clicked in order to find more detailed output. Like this. Here is Mann-Whitney U test. The value is 326.50. The Wilcoxon test, Wilcoxon rank sum test, which also we got with the same procedure and test statistics. So we got procedure of Mann-Whitney U test as well as Wilcoxon rank sum test. These are the non-parametric equivalents of independent t-test. Now we will deal with Wilcoxon signed rank test. The research question is there a change in depression scores from lockdown 1 to lockdown 2? In this case, we have same participants. It is used in case of repeated measures. This is a non-parametric equivalent of paired samples t-test. The objective, I repeat, was, is there a change in depression scores from lockdown 1 to lockdown 2? Clicking on the data view, we can see that there is a data for lockdown 1 and there is a data for lockdown 2. The same participants are tested at two different times. First they were tested in the lockdown 1 and then they were tested in lockdown 2. Click on Analyze. Click on Non-Parametric Test. Now in this case we will move to the related samples. Click on related samples. Customize Analysis. Click on Fields. Select lockdown 1 and lockdown 2 and move to the test fields. Now click on Settings again. We will customize tests, and for this we will now click on Wilcoxon matched pair signed rank. We will run the analysis and there will be the output in the viewer. Double click this if you want more detailed analysis. This is the related samples Wilcoxon rank test. Total number N30, test statistics 131.50, and this is standard error, and this is not significant and the decision can be retain the null hypothesis. Now we will study the procedure for conducting Kruskal-Wallis test in SPSS, or sometimes it's called Kruskal-Wallis H test. This is a non-parametric alternative to one-way analysis of variance. We use this test when we need to compare 3 or more groups. Let our research question is there a difference in teaching effectiveness across 4 designation levels? The 4 designation levels may be assistant professor, associate professor, professor, and professor emeritus. The continuous dependent variable is teaching effectiveness. The data is here. This is teaching effectiveness and this is designation. by going to variable view and clicking on values in designation row, we can see the codes for assistant professor, associate professor, professor and professor emeritus. Click on OK, click on analyze, go to non-parametric tests, then go to independent samples. Now click on objectives, customize analysis. As already we know, it will give you fine grain controlled over the tests. Click on fields, click on teaching effectiveness. Before this, you can see here is a depression and here is a gender. Now, so we need to reset the table. Now we will click on teaching effectiveness, move it to test fields, click on designation, move it to groups. Now click on settings and customize the tests. The test here, customized test will be Kruskal-Wallis one-way ANOVA, and the multiple comparisons will be all pairwise. You can also select stepwise step down comparison. Then click on run and you will get the required output. This output can be more elaborated by clicking on this. This is like that. Total N is 100. Test statistics is 3.10. Degree of freedom is 3, and this is a symptotic two-side test. The last non-parametric test in this presentation is Friedman Test. This is one-way repeated measure ANOVA. Here same subjects are measured at 3 or more times. The research question could be like this: is there a change in weight of persons across 3 lockdown periods? That is lockdown period 1, lockdown period 2 and lockdown period 3. The data will be like this: the weight of persons in first lockdown period, then weight in the second, and then weight in the third. The same participants are here. Here weight of participant was this, then lockdown period 2 and lockdown period 3. We will directly click on analyze. We will click on non-parametrics, related samples, click on objectives, customize tables, click on fields, reset the data, and click on lockdown 1, 2 and 3, move them to the test fields, click on settings, customize tests, and then select Friedman's two-way ANOVA by ranks, click on run, and we will get the required output. This can be seen that or further elaborated by double clicking this. So here total N is 10, test statistics is this, and this is significant at 0.001 level. So this is significant. So we can see that there will be the comparison further, that here we can see pairwise comparison. This was the pairwise comparison: lockdown 1, lockdown 2, lockdown 1 and 3, lockdown 2 and lockdown 3. So today we study 6 non-parametric tests. Hope these will help you in analyzing your data better in the future. So we studied the procedures of applying 6 non-parametric tests in SPSS. These were ChiSquare Test for Independence, Mann-Whitney U test, Wilcoxon Rank Sum test, Wilcoxon Signed Rank test, Kruskal-Wallis H test, and Friedman's ANOVA. ChiSquare Test for Independence is applied when we have 2 categorical variables. Mann-Whitney U test and Wilcoxon Rank Sum test are applied as non-parametric equivalent of independent samples t-test. Wilcoxon signed rank test is applied as a non-parametric equivalent of paired samples t-test. We can use Kruskal-Wallis H test in place of one-way between group ANOVA when assumptions of one-way ANOVA are not met, and likewise Friedman's ANOVA can be used as a non-parametric substitute of one-way repeated measure ANOVA. Hope this video will help you in analyzing your data more effectively and efficiently. Thanks. Have a nice day.